appreciate that, Holly. Kansas State ready to kick it off to get things underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. The holding penalty will make it 1st and 20. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play. This offense has it with really good field position. The hand to the running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's King. It's complete to the right. And he got it so close to that first down marker, but they still have a little work to do. It'll be 4th down. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field and ready to get going. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to...
breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And the Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line.
Really good decision-making by the group.
Shakes a man, and he might take off. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, TCU! Extra point here would tie the game.
It was a really nice job on the route concept because they got the safety occupied, which opened up the deep middle of the field for the receiver on the post. He uses his speed. Nice job by the quarterback, putting it out in front of him. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? Just barely able to keep him from housing it on that one. What a nice return. This dude is absolute electricity when he gets the ball in his hands. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Under fire, and they got it.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. And the try is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here, making side adjustments here. To the air, it's Henderson. Here's a heat, and here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
Under fire. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Wildcats trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll leave it with him, and they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Oh, he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And you wonder if mechanically something is off with this kicker. That's now his 2nd missed field goal of the day. And guys, we've got almost perfect conditions to kick the football. I'm not sure what's going on.
He wants to change this route. To the air, it's Henderson. Oh, they're after him. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. The Horned Frogs in the hurry-up.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
That's how you blow up the draw play. That's supposed to hit in between the tackles. But if you can force the ball carrier to bounce outside, then you've got an opportunity to create a negative play, and they did exactly that.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he fired a bullet in, but it's incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
He'll field the punt. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. On the ground with the counter. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Let's see exactly where they mark this, but it looks as if they're going to be a few inches short of the first down. Going for the marker on the ground. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. From that spot on the field, you're going to go for 4th and inches every time, but, I mean, you could argue that 4th and inches, you ought to go for it almost all of the time.
I 100% agree. We're definitely going for this, and listen, let's play some.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Looking to throw, it's King. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Wildcats. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The #1 rule for any offense, gentlemen, protect your quarterback. When you do, good things happen.
And the #1 rule for a defense is to affect the quarterback, or bad things happen to you. Didn't affect the quarterback, too much time, too clean. You're supposed to frazzle them. You're supposed to find a way to make them feel uncomfortable so they don't have time, so they rush their thought process. That wasn't it.
Guys, it's Kansas State who carries the lead into the quarter break. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Using his legs, it's Payne. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. And the Horned Frogs will hustle to the line. Right back to the well. Got enough for the first. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Wildcats use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. The run inside. It's Payne. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
And that RPO play was run to perfection. The run fake forced and sucked the defense up, and a nice job on the route by the receiver, not telegraphing that he was breaking to the inside on the slant.
The Horned Frogs are marching down the field. The sure hands, it's Santos. Turning it on. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Keep it on the ground. There's some room. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. These two offenses have been outstanding in the early going, and that ramps up the pressure to put something on the board every time you touch it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Kansas State quick to the line. Dropping back, it's Kane. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. There he goes. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. And the Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. And they can't make the connection.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you get more and more hits in the QB like this right there, more and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. At the 35, he's open. Off and running. Inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, TCU!
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do it. That will get you almost there. When you get handed off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy, it's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting...
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And
again, that's the cardinal sin playing the quarterback position, rolling out to the left as a righty and then trying to throw it back into the middle of the field. You're just making it too easy on the defense. You might complete one of those every 10 tries. Just not a good decision.
Looking to throw, it's Henderson. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Fights off a defender. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive units.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Trying to pick it up on the ground.
In that third down and manageable situation, I love the RPO play call. You just would love to see your offensive line get a little bit more push. That was a good look to run into, but the defense just beat him up front.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking to pass, it's King. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He'll go out of bounds at the 28-yard line, and deep in your own end, you need plays like that. Now on first down from the 28. Wants to throw it again. He's going to let it go. It's caught. Slips a tackle, and he's got room. 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. Rolled his way into the end zone. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close it in style with a 72-yard pass to the house. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Makes the catch. It's Shelton. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Horned Frogs want to pick up the tempo.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Timeout taken by TCU. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running inside. It's Payne. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs.
Really good job running the ball, getting that first down. Now here comes the tempo.
Off the RPO, complete. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Back to throw, it's Henderson. Rushes on him, and down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Looking to throw on 3rd and long. Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 35, he's got room. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. And we start with the NC State Wolfpack, taking on the number 17 team, the Louisville Cardinals.
He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Unloads it downfield. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up.
Trying to take it back. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. And the Horned Frogs come to the line in the hurry-up. They're going to ride this running back, fighting off the defender. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Calls his own number. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well.
Makes the grab and room to run. Touchdown, hard from. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And these slants are so hard to defend when the ball's thrown like that. The receiver catches it, and he's catching it going so fast, and you can tell the defense couldn't quite get the right angles, and he does the rest, uses his speed, gets all the way to the end zone.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need.
Oh, he's got some space. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Dropping back, it's King. Looking to take a shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Love the coverage on the back end by the defense on that play. In these scramble-type situations, the quarterback's rolling out to his right. Everything breaks down, and it really gets hard on these defenders to have to stay with their man, but a good job there by the defense.
It's caught downfield. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. He goes right back to the air. Fires to the wideout. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate. That's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
And he'll just get rid of that one.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Unloads to the wideout. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. The Wildcats go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Got it! And he will score! Touchdown, Wildcats! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's tackled right there, but a good job to pick its way and find some room on that return. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. That lead has dwindled down to 3 now to see if they have a response. Direct snap. Breaks into the open. He's at the 40. The 20. The 10. All the way. Touchdown, TCU. His 3rd touchdown of this game and his 3rd on the season.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience. And with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, though.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And I think after that play, seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the Wildcats will have it 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Kane. Throws to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. Got a little grass. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
Defensively, you'll take the slow death. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Might as well give it to him again. Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. To the air on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Lovett. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a 1st down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the 1st down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. To the air, it's King. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Guided out of bounds, they'll mark him down at the 14.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Softened him up with a run, now to throw. Fires to the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. The Wildcats are right back on top. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a 1-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Oh, he's got a chance. Turning it on. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They've got a 1st down here. Want to start its bend to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Makes the grab down the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play could put a defender in. That linebacker had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bid up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind him.
Quarterback making adjustments. The run inside. It's Payne. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. The Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. And the returner will be knocked down. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
And he's not done, man. This QB is on a heater. He's already thrown 5 touchdown passes. And here we are late in the game, and he's still taking shots. When you're in a rhythm like that, you feel like any time the ball leaves your fingers, it's landing in your receiver's hands. And oftentimes for this guy today, it's been for touchdowns.
They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. Looking downfield, it's King. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, the defense just did the quarterback a massive favor. That's the nicest thing they've done to him all game. They've already picked him off twice. That should have been number 3.
Punt is on its way. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. They take over, holding this slim lead, and a drive right here sure would be nice. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He might want another play. They give it to him again. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They're staring down the defense and this crowd on this huge 3rd and 4. On the move, it's Payne. Could be an alley. At the 20. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. Hauled into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up. Saw a crease, nothing but green grass and opportunity, and he flashed through it for 6.
And when you can get 30-plus yards out of your running back and he can make big plays like this, man, it's hard to call a lot of passes. I'm just going to feed this guy the rock.
And he tacked on the extra point. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Kansas State will get things going as they take over on offense. Giving up that last touchdown was an absolute killer. Now it's a 2-possession game. He's loose down the left side. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Kansas State. The Wildcats are right back on top.
And that's what makes this guy so dangerous. You get him the ball early, and he can do all the work after the catch. Phenomenal job in the open field. Uses the speed. It's a long touchdown. Man, it feels like an earthquake just went off here.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have that guy that you can find, and he can make all that damage after the catch. And I tell you what, as a defense, you got to respect it. You got to get more eyeballs on him and more attention to him.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Smart move to keep it on the ground. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to the run. Got enough for the first. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for space. It's Payne. He breaks a tackle. Maybe a quick headed to the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! He ran through 2 men on his way to the end zone. The Horned Frogs answer right back.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. To the air, it's King. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, this guy has had himself a day. Already over 100 yards receiving in the game, so no wonder the quarterback's looking his way, and no wonder the defense now has finally figured out they're trying to throw it to him. So we got to cover him. We got to knock balls down and force incompletions.
Looking down the middle. Got his man. Timeout taken here. 2nd one called by Kansas State. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. The offense comes out needing a score here, down 1 possession. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
Well, on that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability.
Into the secondary on the right. He goes out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, but it might be too little too late.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Finds his big tight end. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Back to throw, it's King. Working that left side now. Smashes ahead. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Lets it go to the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Wildcats. The Wildcats are right back on top. On to attempt the try. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer.
That makes the score. TCU.
The clock is at 18 seconds. Hearts are beating fast. The onside kick is coming. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick, and David, we win the game.
And, man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right. They put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
Tennessee.